good. How about you?
I'm pretty good, man. I mean, you know what? We'll start the interview now. Let's just say, hey, what's up, guys? It's me, your host, Taiwan Rebel here, on my talk show, Late Night Rebel, and yeah, Thamriyell. So let's just get right into it. So, did you know that the index is actually come back to stock Monday?
Yes, on the ninth, and it's gonna be completely gone within 10 minutes. I can guarantee that.
Oh yeah, Garrett. Yeah, I think by the night it's probably gonna be like out of stock. So I agree on you with that. Yeah. I already have.
hmm
Well, it's funny because back in like October, November, I jokingly said to my chat that I'll just do squats for subs and things like that, right? And then I ended
hmm
up having to do like 3,000 squats. My goal was to get index or get $1,500 for index and full body. I have the full body now, obviously, and so I have this money that's been sitting in my bank account, waiting until the index restocks, and boom, there you go. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna have to be up fairly early to make sure you can get yourself one. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get one. I think they're gonna be prepared for it.
hmm
Probably got a lot of them in stock. All I want is just one single base station, just one more, just for that extra tracking, and I'll be pretty happy.
hmm Yeah, yeah. So, wait, well, pardon. Sorry, I was just looking at you. What did you say? Like,
hmm
what are you buying? What are you purchasing?
Just the one extra base station
Oh,
to make it
okay.
three, just for that extra no spottiness tracking, just for
Oh,
that.
yeah. So what I'm getting is the headset plus the hands, and then I'm thinking of getting one extra tracker because I have two right now, but they're only for my legs. They don't work in my hands because I
hmm
use Oculus Rift. So yeah, I'm thinking of getting at least one more tracker so that's in the middle of me. So I have two like on the side of me, and then one in the middle pointed down. So then I have it for the head and the hands. So that's my plan
Hey,
on doing.
nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
So let's. I'll ask you another question, my man. So
hmm
Thermio, you've been playing VRChat for how long now? Like roughly like 2 years.
Yeah, I would say about just a tiny bit over 2 years.
Okay. The reason why I asked that question is because obviously just recently you hit partner, on Twitch. So how does it feel, my man? Like to
Yeah.
all this hard work paying off.
Um, I'm not sure if the emote is proper, but fucking insane. It still blows my mind. It's just I don't know. Everything has been going. It feels like been like it feel like it took like it's been over a year just like streaming in general, like
hmm
ever since moving to Twitch and stuff. But like it's only been like I don't know, completely under a year. What 7 8 months or something, and
hmm
already hitting such a goal. It just feels surreal. Part of me was just not prepared for it. It's just like all
Mm.
coming out of nowhere. It's just make me feel just a tiny bit panicked. So I don't know what to do from there.
I mean, I don't know. Just I guess just have a good time, my man. Like I don't know if you really want to, you can do like what do you call it, like a subathon or something, and
Yeah.
be like, hey guys, let's get some more emote slots or something. I don't know. It's really up to you what you want to
Oh,
do.
I got a ton unlocked already as is, so I'm okay for now. I'm
Oh.
actually waiting right now for Mario to be free, just so I can actually like commission all the ones that are gonna be new and reduce some of the older ones that need
Mm.
a little bit of an overhaul. But yeah, for now,
Mm.
I just I don't know, like it just hit all of a sudden. I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't have any emotes ready, and I didn't have like anything prepared for it. Like it just. When I received an email from Twitch, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be another rejection letter," and it says the first thing it said on it is "Congratulations." I'm like, it just I don't know, it just fucking
Yeah, yeah,
made
yeah.
me panic
S-
so badly, just in cold sweats. I'm like, "Holy shit, I'm not ready. I'm
Mm.
not ready. Delay it a little bit more."
So how many times did you actually apply? Was it just the first time, or like did you apply like
I've
several times?
applied. I believe my recent application was either my fourth or my fifth. I
Oh,
was
okay.
denied at least 3 or 4 times before that.
Okay, I was just asking because yeah, because it seems like a lot of people are in the same boat where they apply like multiple times and then they get declined. I think Hazard has the highest like apply rate, or like how many he applied. I think he told me like 15 times, more than 10 at least, and finally he got partners. So that's kind of crazy, huh? Like to be like applying constantly and not getting accepted. But I mean, I guess that's just the way it is, right?
Yeah, I believe Trapman might have gotten declined 6 or 7 times already as is, which is a little unfortunate.
Hmm.
I was really hoping that maybe Twitch would finally see through and be able to at least give him a chance because he does really work really hard and everything. I understand trapping content could be a little bit weird or manga-esque for Twitch a little bit, but I mean aside from that, he still like makes really good stuff. Like his Dead by Daylight streams are perfectly good,
Hmm.
wholesome. The kind of stuff that I would think Twitch would want to try to push forward and try to support, but unfortunately he's been kind of having bad luck with that. And I really do feel bad for him. I really do hope one day he'll get a chance and apply and finally get partnered.
Yeah, I agree with you because like um I don't want to like derail, but like obviously there's a lot of people who come from the VR chat community like VR Trapman and all these other streamers, and what ends up happening is a lot of them have to make a choice. Like, do they stick with VR chat? And so a lot of them do decide to go to other games, go to other categories, and like play Dead by Daylight, Call of Duty, whatever they feel like playing, and try their luck there because. Like we just said, like it's sort of like hit or miss. Like obviously, I think in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, there's definitely been like 5 or 6 new VR chat like partners coming out. So maybe I don't know. I also think it depends on where you live, because like I, there's some people that live in Europe who or EU that have a much tougher time than people who apply who are from like North America. So like I think it really depends on who's like looking at the applications and like you know because it's kind of like a misleading because when it says like oh you only need 75 viewer average, like okay I got 80, I guess that's good enough, right? And then you apply and you're like why didn't I get accepted, dude? Like I don't understand when your average is like over 80, right? But there's people that
Mm-hmm.
have like 150 or even 200 are getting declined, so it's kind of like are they increasing the requirement or like because I remember back like 2 years ago when VRChat was blowing up, like a dozen people would get partner all the time. Like if you had at least 75, you get a partner like guaranteed, like first application. Now it's like you have to like apply like 5 or 6 times, excuse me, before you
Mm-hmm.
get accepted. So
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like the only way to do that and be able to kind of like expedite people getting partnered and actually understanding why they're
hmm.
getting declined is if Twitch were to be just a tiny bit more personal, right?
Yeah.
Let's say hypothetically, like I don't know, a lot of the time I can say like a lot of the reasons why I was declined is straight up the emails after the first couple of emails. I think after the first one that said like, oh, your average are not the same, so I went pushed out a little bit, went a little bit ham. Afterwards, the same consecutive emails were like, you kind of you and your mods kind of support sex jokes and adult humor, and we
Hmm.
want part of TOS. It's not part of that. We want to make sure that people that we partner are follow the TOS and represent Twitch properly.
Hmm.
I kind of boggle myself a little bit at it because I didn't know what they meant necessarily by that. Is it just the jokes that me and my mods make? And it's particularly mentioned even mods as well. So I wasn't sure if it was the humor on stream, or if it was the clips afterwards, or if it was the stream titles, or if it was this and that. If I were to be told, let's say for example, like, oh yeah, Thamriyell, would like to give you opportunity, but before we do that, we want you to change this and change this and this and give me like a whole list, I'll be like, no problem, and I'll be able to start working on it instead of guessing what's this and that. It kind of felt like I was guessing when it comes to YouTube monetization. Because when you get demonetized on YouTube for a video, you don't know why. You don't know why. It never
Yeah,
tells you
true.
why. So you have to watch through a video, and kind of start guessing. Would this get a demonetized? Would that get a demonetized? It was just a lot of questions in the air that would have been a lot simpler if I was told, hey, this part, that part, this part, cut this out. You good? I'd be like, peachy, easy. Because like I
Hmm.
think a lot of people that want to get partnered would love to work with Twitch, would love to, change something about themselves if need be in order to, fit the criteria for a partnered streamer. They would love to
Yeah.
do it. They just need to know where to go instead of like, guessing themselves. I feel like I don't know. I feel like maybe it might be nice to be more personal. That's all I can say.
Hmm. Yeah, I get what you're saying because some people, they get declined, but it's very ambiguous of like why you get declined.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember Shinakami, I don't know if you know him. He does like the Goku voice. He plays
Yes, I
VRChat,
know him. Yeah.
and he got declined. I think because he applied as a long time ago. I think he got declined because one of his top clips, or like one of his more popular clips, was when he was playing as his female voice. And he says something, I don't remember along the lines, but basically the clip was like focusing on like a female body or whatever, and they saw that, and it was one of his
Mm-hmm.
like more viewed clips, and they declined him for that reason. At least that's what I was told.
Ah.
So you have to be very careful. Even stuff I did like 2 years ago, I've actually deleted like old clips because I'm like, that might be a little bit, awkward if someone was to look at that when I'm trying to get like partner or something, or like, you know. So I had to delete clips, unfortunately, because I think like people do clip things that are a little like a little risky. Back in the day, you probably didn't
Mm-hmm.
really care, but nowadays I care a little bit more. So I'm like, I don't think they'll fly anymore. So I rather just delete it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get
I
what you're
mean, at the
saying.
end of the day, it's all about context, really. Like, if the
Yeah.
clip is, perfectly fine and the context makes sense, if somebody sees it out of context, then yeah, it's
Mm.
understandable. Like, okay, that could be kind of a problem because, when Twitch looks at it, they see the clip, it looks monka out of context, and they think, like, I don't know if that's really right or not. But you know what, you'd be like, hey, we weren't sure about the clip. Could you tell us about the clip or like delete the clip? I think most people would be like, done, easy. If I have to get rid of a couple of clips just to like get closer to partner, easy, no
Mm.
problem. I don't think anybody would even complain.
Yeah. I do agree that like if they were more transparent of like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, hey, this clip got you in trouble, it's just, I don't know, like the whole application, like it's sometimes just so, it just says like sexual stuff, and it's just like, okay, like I don't know what I did, I don't know, like was I just wearing a bathing suit and the camera was looking at it for 2 seconds, like what did I do?
Exactly. That's the thing you don't know. Was it, a situation one, we did something very minor, or was it situation two, and at what scale and stuff. So it's like it does really raise a lot of questions, leaves things up in the
Mm-hmm.
air. So it's like,
Yeah.
eh. Like I said, it literally feels like the YouTube demonetization system. You
Mm-hmm.
have to guess and figure out yourself. You have to be your own investigator, your own second guesser, and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. It's like playing a detective game with yourself. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is.
True. I mean, that's why I think, okay, I think a good maybe rule of thumb is if you want to get partnered before you apply for it, maybe you should like go for your own channel and like just skim through your like clips and like most viewed stuff just to like, double check it, look it over, and maybe if you're looking to get partner, maybe you should like be a little more conscious about what you're saying and like where you're looking at or showing on
Hmm.
stream. Maybe just be PG, for a little bit, and then get partner, and then you'd be like, "Whoa, let's go, you go wild or whatever." I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just be a little more,
Maybe, I don't know.
just become a good Christian boy, and like just don't swear, don't cuss, don't do anything. Wear 100% covered avatars. Just be like, "Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on, guys?"
Mm.
And then the moment we get
I,
partner,
eh,
hey,
I don't
hey, it's
know.
summer, boys, let's go.
I mean, you could do though. You could do that if you want, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. When I first got denied a couple of times, at some point I was like, you know what? It doesn't really matter if I even get accepted at some point because, yeah, it would be great to get into that goal, but I was just happy where I was. Because
True.
like at least for me, I was coming over from dual streaming on YouTube and Twitch. And primarily, I was streaming on YouTube because that's
Okay.
where a lot of my audience was, and that's what I was
Yeah.
focusing a lot of my attention onto. But ever since a couple events happened in the summer with YouTube that almost completely disabled my streaming ability, I realized that YouTube doesn't really have the, I guess, the mindset or to keep, a way to keep streaming as a focus. For them, streaming
Yeah.
is really an afterthought. Primarily, they just want to make sure they pump out as many videos of Jimmy Kimmel and other talk show hosts, and then you get, scraps on the side. I mean, really, come on. I mean, if you look at the trending page, clearly you can see there's a huge bias of like talk show hosts and then people that make unique videos.
Hey, I'm a
I don't
talk
think
show
necessarily
host.
I make unique videos, but I mean, but even
Hey.
then, because you don't pay them millions, and because you're not part of a network that can pay you millions, they probably won't be putting somebody like that on trending. If they did, I think that'd be great. I think it'd be awesome. Variety of different content would be great. But like,
They don't want me.
clearly they got a little bit of bias. Yeah, whoever has the biggest paycheck to give them, they'll put them up, on a trending because
Oh,
that's kind of
of
what making them
course.
money. Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I get
So
what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
yeah, and
Yeah.
at some point, yeah, go ahead.
Oops.
Sorry, I'm bad.
Oh, I was
Sorry, the
switching
delay's kind of
cam.
messing me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm lagging a little bit. You know, that's what happens when you get like thousands of notifications. I guess it does crap up my computer a little bit. Anyway,
That's all good.
it's all resolved now. My chat's fine now. Good, Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yee.
so like, yeah, well, you're saying like, YouTube is more paying attention to the big boys rather than like the small, like independent YouTubers and stuff like that. And it's a sad reality, you know. It's what happens when like a little simple like college project, which was like YouTube, there's this little dumb website, turns into a big mega corporation, and they focus more on money and ad revenue and things like that. What's going to pull in more money, like Jimmy Fallon and like these talk shows that are like scheduled things, and they know the rules and what not to say and
Mm-hmm.
what to say, and obviously they're not going to cross the lines because they're being televised. So obviously it's a very safe bet to like push those to the trending, and obviously it's trade back or like trading, because it's like, oh, people might watch him on YouTube and be like, oh, I'm gonna watch Jimmy Fallon now, and like watch him on TV, so then it gets more money, and that stuff. That's how business works, corporations, marketing. But obviously, in a perfect world, they should be spending more time on like the actual YouTubers, the homegrown, like not just
Mm-hmm.
PewDiePie because he's number one, but you know what I mean, like just like the average, like, I don't know, vlogger or something, or like guy in basement does something cool or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's not what gets picked. What gets picked is always just like these like ads and like professionally done stuff, and like the already big YouTubers are already big or just getting more larger, so it doesn't make any sense. I mean, you could say the same thing about Twitch too. I mean, Twitch is literally listed, as much as I don't like it's a reality. Whoever has the most views is at the top. That's how it works for every
Mm-hmm.
single category and how it works for Twitch overall. Whoever has the most views, it doesn't matter, because like I'll give you a good example. On Twitch there's no like button and there's no dislike button. You could be the most hated person on Twitch, as long as you abide by the terms of service and have the most viewers, you are number one. That's how it works. If you have 50,000
Mm-hmm.
viewers like concurrently, you're number one. There's nobody that I can't like, dislike your videos and say, "Wow, I don't like you," or whatever, and I don't think you should be number one. But that's just the way Twitch works, and it's kind of. I mean, YouTube does have a like and dislike thing, but like, it still gets pushed to the top because it's forced pushed. It's forced to be on the trending page.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the sad reality, There should be. I mean, there is kind of like methods. I think like recommendation pages, but like, what's the chance someone's going to use that? Like, probably 0.0001%.
Actually, I would really enjoy using that. As of late, I've been actually cycling through and just looking at the recommended tab for Twitch,
Okay.
and I've found so many more streamers from the games that I enjoy watching, like VR Chat on Final Fantasy 14,
Hmm.
especially Final Fantasy 14, that I just watch regularly, and I get to know, try to become a regular in the chat, try to be part of the little community. I'm not always active. I usually lurk a lot, but
Hmm.
I've been using it lately, and I gotta say, the recommended tab for Twitch is a lot more accurate on YouTube. On YouTube, you watch one Minecraft video, and then boom, 30 videos of Minecraft videos of random stuff you
Hell
never
yeah.
even cared about.
Hell
So
yeah.
at least, and at least like at least here's another thing. I can't even find a single stream anymore on YouTube. It is so painful for me to find it. So painful. I used to be able to find it easy. So easy. Take me back to about, a year ago, half a year ago, I'll be able to find no problem.
Hmm.
But they've been very consistently making streaming into an afterthought. I'm seeing a lot of my friends that are still, on the platform. They're slowly having the channels killed because YouTube doesn't support that sort of thing.
Mm.
At least on Twitch, I know Twitch, has its own issues. Understandably, it can definitely see some improvements. But at least for me, from my experience, Twitch has been, especially to my friends that have moved over, has been a fair ground to grow. It's not perfect. It's not, ideal. It's not the greatest platform out there, but at least compared to YouTube, to me, it feels like there's a lot more opportunity, a lot more room to grow because of features such as hosting, rating, and people intermingling within communities.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of my friends come over from YouTube to Twitch with me, and they've had quite a substantial growth. Their own little communities, their regulars coming up and stuff. Instead of seeing their channels slowly die on YouTube, they're thriving. Slowly
Hmm.
but thriving on Twitch, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see them switch over. It makes me feel so excited just to, I don't know, makes me kind of have hope for Twitch more than YouTube at least.
I can agree on that. So I've talked about this many times before, but to reiterate, in case anyone
Hmm.
from your chat doesn't know, back in the day, so this is like middle of 2018, there was an event called
Hmm.
the Season 4 roleplay of Club Rogue. It was between Chips, aka known as Stealth RG, and Nags, also known as Joy Bagels. And Joy Bagels was on the
Yes,
YouTube
I remember
side,
that.
and then
Hmm.
Stealth RG was on the Twitch side. And this is when both the sides combined together to like create this sort of like RP moment, evolving around Club Rogue. I was there, and basically on the Nag side, it was like pure YouTubers. Everybody there was a YouTuber, and I didn't know any of them because I didn't really watch VRChat YouTube. I don't know. I just never really had time. I
Hmm.
focused on my own stuff, and so I was just like, oh, luckily it's all YouTuber people. But what ended up happening because of that is a lot of the, well, not just because of the, like that role play, but in general, a lot of them, those YouTubers switched to Twitch. Nags became a Twitch streamer more so, and now he's full time Twitch streamer. Ashanera, who else? Like Little Bagel, Matt Six, Curry Games, like all these people that were like more on the YouTube side, all of them switched to the Twitch side, and now they're a lot more happy and more successful than on YouTube. Because on YouTube, they would talk about how they get a lot of viewers, but they weren't getting any like monetization or anything at all. Like it was just terrible. Like you get a lot more viewers, technically speaking, like number wise, but like in terms of like actual like revenue, because like I know that we all do this for fun as a hobby, right? But some people do it for a job
Hmm.
because they have to feed themselves, right? They have to pay rent, they have to
Yeah.
pay for food and stuff. And when you're like getting 10,000 views on a video and you're getting 0 cents for that, and you're like, uh-oh, I got to pay rent next month. It's like, so a lot of them did switch over, and they're a lot more happy and more able to pay their rent and everything. So yeah, in the long run, it was a lot more beneficial, and so many of them once they switched to Twitch, like their YouTube's like kind of just died off, and not because of inactivity, it's because of like COPA Act and like demonetization and like how YouTube stream, because a lot of them did stream on YouTube and they said it was terrible, like it was like the worst, like you couldn't find anything and like there's like not enough options and all this stuff. Like I'm actually surprised that YouTube streaming is in the state it is in. Like, shouldn't they just be looking at Twitch and be like, huh, we should have this and have that, and okay, let's just make this bit better.
They did. For a while, they did. There was a division that I was part
Okay.
of, that I was able to get in, like
Mhm.
grandfathered into the system, along with a couple of other folks. When YouTube first started releasing that whole thing with YouTube Gaming, with like their own website, their own
Yeah.
special algorithm to find streams alone, you could like find, I don't know, you could type in Cardi B over on that site. You will never find anything from like any sort of artist, pop artist, or anything. But if somebody, if there's a streamer called, B Cardi or Cardi B or something with the name of that, they'll be pushed up to that. It was so well designed, so well pristine, and it looked like it
Mhm.
actually wanted to become Twitch and more, but then it floundered. The entire staff shrunk and shrunk and shrunk until the entire group was defunct, thrown away. People were replaced, probably put over on the project for Google Stadia, and others were just hired in other sections of YouTube. And
Mhm.
then YouTube Gaming died. It was such a good start to it. It looked promising. It had all that hype, and I was really hoping they could do something with it, but then it just died. And so sad because it had such potential.
Why do you think it died off? Like, why do you think they start slowly like removing people from YouTube gaming? Like, why do you think that was?
Terrible management, waiting around for nothing, and simply not taking the opportunity when they had it. They were like convincing people to come back to stream on YouTube, like really big streamers as well. God, I wish I remembered some of the names. I know there was a Total War. YouTuber that came over back to streaming back from
Okay.
his Twitch deal. He came back to YouTube. He had a lot of views and everything. He is actually, if you know Brunswick, he's actually Brunswick's friend.
Okay.
He's not necessarily known to VR chat or anything, but 600,000 subscribers. Really doing well for himself. And one of his biggest things was to stream, and he streamed on Twitch. He came back to YouTube. And then after a while, he started realizing that YouTube was kind of screwing him over because they weren't really offering anything lucrative, anything, to stay afloat. They didn't have a plan. They didn't have a goal. They didn't have an idea. They just kind of floundered. So then he went to Facebook, and then other streamers went off to other places, Twitch, Mixer, whatever. Because at some point, when you have a platform, when you have like this idea and you do nothing with it, it's gonna trickle through. Like they just kind of threw it away. Terrible management brought him to this, and then it died. Rip YouTube Gaming.
It's interesting because more recently they have actually bought people back to YouTube. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the big Fortnite streamers on Twitch, I think his name is Courage. I think he's bought by YouTube. I don't know how much the deal was. I don't know if it's like publicly, but he's now on streaming on YouTube exclusively because of a deal. So I don't know. It seems a bit weird, right? Because it's like you say that like it's dying, but then like why would they pay a bunch of money to like a big Twitch streamer and like take him away from Twitch to
I
put
think
on
they saw
YouTube?
what Mixer did, and they were like, "Hey, we can pull a Mixer. We have a lot of money."
Or you have that
But
YouTube
at
money,
least
we got that
Mixer,
Google money.
But at least Mixer shows that they're trying compared to YouTube. YouTube doesn't have a division, that shows like they're really putting in a lot of effort. At least Mixer shows that they're trying to be their own unique platform, and I can appreciate that. It may be successful in one ways, it may fail in other ways, but at least they're showing effort, and I can totally appreciate that and totally respect them for that. YouTube, however, they threw away one of the greatest deals ever, just down the drain. And I don't know. It's depressing, man. It's so
I get what you're
depressing.
saying.
Why?
Do you
Why'd
wish
you do
do you
that?
wish YouTube was better? Do you wish that like YouTube like actually was just like get out of here Twitch, we're the big dogs, we got the YouTube videos and now the streaming, dude. Like do you think that'd be better like to have like an actual competition, or do you like Twitch like just overall now you're just like I don't care for YouTube?
I
Like
would love for there to be competition regardless. I would still
okay.
stick to Twitch at the moment. I like where I'm at. I have an amazing community that I built here, and I am extremely grateful for the hard work that I put in towards partners. So I don't have any plans of going anywhere. I'd rather stay here, and continue growing where I'm at. But competition helps everybody. Because let's say, for example, YouTube decides, hey, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna try something again, but we're gonna try extra hard and actually give effort, then that makes Twitch want to compete as well. That makes every other platform want to compete as well in order to stay relevant. And that only makes it better for the streamers and the viewers because they're getting more because these companies are constantly trying to compete for their audiences, for the content creators. And in turn, they're going to give us better rewards, better features, better support, maybe a personalized support, maybe a personalized partner managers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The audience is going to have a better time with it. So it's a win-win for the users.
I get what you're saying. Because competition, it's the same thing of like, it's a little segue here is like with VR chat, it's always been said like,
Yeah.
what's the competition for VR chat, I mean, I've always said it's like, the only other thing I can think of is like maybe Rec Room and like, that's like 200 players maybe, Neos VR and Lavender, and that's about it. I don't really know any other like VR social games. A lot of them only have like 10 people in it. That's not
I
really
got
competition.
one project that I know about
Oh
that
yeah?
is still in development. Chill Out VR.
I was just say that, yeah, chill
It's
out.
yeah. So basically, I got to chat just a little bit with the the lead dev and stuff. Basically, just to get the the idea. They're very friendly there, honestly. I was able to join the Discord and chat with them a little bit. And basically, the idea is to do what VRChat did,
Uh-huh.
except with a more straightforward line of code and basically do all the things that VRChat hasn't done from the beginning, from the very start. Build a foundation for future, progress and upgrades, and we'll see what goes. We'll see what goes. I mean, I would like to test the game out whenever they get full body in there, so I can see what it's like, and then
Yeah.
see how many people we can get in the world and stuff like that, and maybe some of the Map makers will, they may be working something for VR chat, will make something exclusive for Chill Out VR, or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll have it for both platforms. I don't know, but I think it would be pretty cool to see more VR metaverse worlds and stuff like that, because that would want the developers to want to compete with each other too. And the only people that would be getting the benefits out of it are the
Mm-hmm.
users, because they'll be getting the better platform of the two or the three or whatever.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm hoping because like we said with like Twitch and YouTube, competition is great for development of a game because it allows them to be like, oh, the other company is like, getting a lot more people playing it and more sales or whatever. We need to like pump out more updates, more DLC, more whatever. Obviously, that's more for like bigger games, but like for VR,
Mm-hmm.
it would be like, hey, we need to like fix this issue. Hey, they have this cool camera system. We need something like that. Okay, let's design our own camera system or whatever equivalent of whatever it is. You know what I mean? So like,
Mm-hmm.
I do feel bad because I feel like VRChat can like sit on their hands and like not touch the game and it won't go anywhere. Like they're still number one, right? They could just like quit updating the game right now and they could just be comfortable for however long it is, right? Until the day another like VR chat type game comes out that is really popular, that has a lot of players and it's actually functioning and has a lot of FPS and no issues, then they'd be like, "Uh-oh, guys, okay, we need to start working on the game again." You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like the
We'll see what
rivalry,
happens, I
yeah.
guess.
It's like the rivalry between Call of Duty and Battlefield, you know? Call of Duty and
Yeah.
Battlefield has to constantly make new games. That's why COD has three different studios making COD games, and every game is worked on for 3 years. So that's why we can pump out a game every year to
Mm-hmm.
compete with all the other companies. I mean, obviously, a lot of people don't like COD, and I agree, but at least it's competition. They have to think of new ideas. Oh, we have to build BR stuff or Battle Royale. Oh, we have to do this, we have to do that, because it's competition. That's how the world is. If there's no competition, then you own the monopoly on something. You don't have to do anything. You're just like, okay, guys, haha, you don't like our product? See you later, bro. But but the moment that there's another
Or switch
company,
over to mobile
yeah,
markets. Don't you guys have phones?
yeah, yeah. That's why, like, if you think of almost not everything, but like the majority of things in life, when it comes to like options, you always have two options. You either have this option or this option, this company or this company. They're almost the same thing, but like one's a little bit better than the other in like certain ways. That's how life is. You usually have a decision of like two things. But VR chat, there's no
Mm-hmm.
other choice. It's like VR chat or I don't know, like these games that are like 5 players and like a pet project that like breaks with like 2 players in the world. So like there's no comparison. So we're kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuck here until some other game comes along and says, VR chat, move aside, buddy, and takes over. So,
Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing we can really do is just provide feedback to, devs. For example, like I know
yeah.
Chill Out VR devs, they are very, very social over on the Discord, and they've been very, very like, very, I guess, very welcoming to VR chat players, giving like
Okay.
comments and suggestions on what can be improved on this or what can be improved on that. And I think that's a good thing. I mean, I understand, maybe they may not be, they have the same team size as, the VR chat devs do, or maybe they may not have the same moderation team or whatever. But seeing effort from them would be great. I would love to see that sort of thing. Because, like, at the end of the day, competition will only benefit the users. And let's say, hypothetically, maybe, after the release, maybe like 6 months or a year, they make the game the greatest it could possibly be, right? To the
Mm-hmm.
point where it can compete with VR chat. We'll see what happens. Possibly. Maybe even before that. Who knows? Maybe it will release. It will be a huge hit. Who knows? I mean, Untitled Goose Game was a hit. I mean, for
True.
obvious reasons. Who doesn't want to play as a goose? But I mean, you know what I mean, right? You never know how things are going to happen. Sometimes things can be just virally catch on, and everybody's want to be in on it and not miss out, for all the fun and stuff. We'll see how it happens. We'll see what's going to happen with it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are speculating. Well, it's not like a speculation; it's more like just a fact. So obviously, Half-Life Alex. Sorry, my like tracking keeps dying. Um,
Yeah, it's all good.
Half-Life Alyx is just around the corner, coming out the end of March, like March
Mm-hmm.
like 23rd or 24th, I forget now, but it's coming out in a couple weeks. And what it is made by Valve and is made by Source 2. The Source 2 engine is an improvement on the
Mm-hmm.
original Source engine, and obviously Valve has always been a company that allows people to mod their games or mod their user engine. That's how people made um, what was I thinking of? Like people made like various game modes based on the Source engine all the time, and now with Source 2, you can make your own like Counter Strike or whatever, or in the sense that what I'm talking about here is like their own VR game. Because if it supports Source 2 supports VR, you could make your own VR social game using the Source 2 engine, and it has all the physics built in, it has all the interactions, it has the good graphics, whatever you want to call it, built in. So technically speaking, you could make like a Gmod 2 or something like that, or if Gary Newman makes it or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm hyped for. That's what I want Half-Life Alyx for because I think in the future Half-Life Alyx translates to Portal VR or Call of Duty VR or I meant to say Counter Strike, but Counter Strike VR or
Hmm.
whatever games that people can make. That's what I'm excited for, and obviously I'm excited for like a Gmod 2 or like a you know an improvement, using a AAA
Yeah, definitely.
source engine. So yeah, that's what
Hmm.
I want. What about
But yeah,
you?
no, I definitely agree with you. I think Half-Life Alex is not going to be necessarily like a huge hit of a game. It could be, but I think it's more important to what it does to the rest of the industry. Especially if it gets a lot of like a lot of studios thinking, huh,
Yeah.
a lot of people purchase these VR headsets and they're getting this game. Why don't we do the same thing? We'll put a lot more funding into like proper VR games, AAA titles, and even adapt some of the popular games now into VR to be like exceptional experiences. That's like a must have. Maybe even get more, more companies to develop affordable hardware or, more ergonomic hardware for, cheaper to get more people into the whole VR scene.
Hmm.
Just the possibilities for that are crazy, and it's insane to think about like what could happen. Makes me just really excited though. But it all relies on Half-Life Alyx being a solid top of the line product that is fun to play, good
Hmm.
experience, and plays flawlessly on almost every single VR device. Because let's say, for example, like something happens and like the Vive, it's poorly optimized for the Vive, or it's poorly optimized for Windows mixed reality. Word is going to spread. People are going to be like, "Oh, don't get it. Don't get it for VMR. It's dog shit, whatever." And then that reputation will stay, and it will take a while before before it's rectified, fixed, or whatever. So it all depends on the developers. We'll just have to wait and see what they make.
Well, I can say this because there's a video that already came out like months prior. They
Mm-hmm.
tested and made Half-Life Alyx to run on 8 different headsets. So they've tested all
Really?
yeah, they tested on every like all the I don't think on a Quest, but obviously mixed reality, whatever headset that's
Mm-hmm.
the current gen, they tested on all of them and made sure it actually works. So they want to because they're trying to sell Half-Life Alyx to all these VR users that literally have index or like I can't play anything. I only play Beat Saber and
Mm-hmm.
VR chat and like some other random game. But it's like, oh man, dude, all you guys have VR. Let's make Half-Life Alyx compatible with like every headset. Make sure it works and like isn't trash and isn't like a poopy experience. So I think
Mm-hmm.
Half-Life Alyx, and because it's Half-Life and because it's Valve, I do think it'd be very successful. I do think you might get a different experience, obviously in different headsets. Obviously, there might
Mm-hmm.
be one that's more preferred or better in general in terms of like resolution or smoothing or whatever. But I do think it'd be successful, and I think it's gonna really push other developers, other AAA title or companies, EA, Ubisoft, whatever, they're going to be like, this Half-Life Alyx, they sold like 10,000 whatever headsets. And we have people have 10,000 headsets. We should make a game so people with those 10,000 headsets can now buy our game instead. Because obviously, you're not going to play Half-Life Alyx 100 times unless you're like, I don't know, a speedrunner or something. Most people, when you play like maybe I'm wrong here, but I think most people who play like single player campaign games only play it maybe like twice, 3 times, maybe like for higher difficulties, but that's it, right? You're not
Yeah.
gonna play the same game like you're not gonna play Half-Life 100 times and still be like, yeah, let's do it another 100 times, you know? That's why multiplayer games exist
Yeah.
for. So your experience
Mm-hmm.
changes. That's why like, when you play Halo and stuff, most people play the campaign once or twice, call it quits. 90% of your time is in multiplayer. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, I think maybe one thing that might come out, I just thought of this, Do you remember Half-Life 2 Deathmatch? They might come out with something like that.
I don't know. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. So after Half-Life 2 came out, there was a game. I'm pretty sure it's made by Valve too. It's called Half-Life Deathmatch. Where it's literally just Half-Life 2, but multiplayer, and you kill each other. It's like a team deathmatch or like free for all, but in
Ooh.
Half-Life. So you run around with your all the weapons from Half-Life and you just kill each other. That's it. That's the whole game. It's just multiplayer Half-Life 2.
I'm pretty sure somebody would be able to mod it then, like on like day 3 or something.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking. Because if Half-Life 2 deathmatch was a thing, that was like 15 years ago. Imagine Half-Life Alex, but now it's like Half-Life Alex Deathmatch, where now you have like multiplayer and people, everyone in VR punching each other and go like, oh, and just throwing shit and whatever.
Yeah,
So I think
that'd be
that'd be
great.
cool.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be amazing. The modding support for that is going to be so good, and I'm so excited to see what people can come up with.
I
It's a
think
step in the right direction.
I think the only concern with Half-Life Alex is that I think you're only a pair of hands. I don't think you actually have a body like we do in VR chat. You know what I mean? Like we don't physically see your like body. So
Hmm.
if you were to mod it and make it multiplayer, unless you could like attach like an avatar like this and make it function, I think everyone might just be the floating hands, and you just be like, like that's not really that immersive when everyone's floating hand syndrome.
Steam Workshop.
Oh yeah, Steam Workshop. Yeah,
Just
just
import models from Steam Workshop, just like some sort of anime models. They
yeah,
can
just
look like they have like noodle hands, but I think nobody will complain.
and just get
Yeah,
like
that'd be
Dr.
great.
Kleiner in VR. Hey, what's up, guys? Or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Barney,
No, that'd be
what's up,
great.
dude?
Oh, that'd be, oh my God, the possibilities if that had a workshop. Oh, that'd be
And then
amazing.
yeah, you start adding the hats, and then it's just Team Fortress VR at that point.
Oh God, I hope they don't do that. No, no, thank you.
I think they will. I think maybe Team Fortress. Uh, well, I think it was just a rumor because I remember watching it. I think some guy like jokingly said that like Team Fortress might be the next like after Half-Life Alex as like a VR title, and I think it was just a big joke. But I think it might be cool, imagining like Team Fortress as like a VR title, or like everyone's in
Hmm.
soldier and stuff and whatever.
Ooh, there was a leak. I'm not sure if necessarily how valid it is,
Hmm.
but there was a suggestion towards the next Left 4 Dead 3 being developed after Alex and being set to support both VR and desktop.
Yeah, I heard that. I think that's actually confirmed.
That'd be amazing. I would love something like that. Oh my God, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, just imagine you're playing Left 4 Dead and you're in VR, and then like you kill a boomer, you just start, oh,
Yeah,
get wrecked. You just like start dabbing on them.
exactly.
You're just
Dude,
like,
I want to dab
got
on a dead
him.
boomer. Hell yeah. I'll fucking go crazy. I would love that.
Get the wreck,
Yeah.
kid. And then you hear like the 12-year-old like, haha, get wrecked, get teabag, nerd. And you're just like, oh my god, get out of here, dude.
Oh, that'd be incredible. Now that'd be a life to live, dude. I want to live in that lifetime
That
where
might
you
be a
can dab on a
lifetime
boomer in
soon.
VR.
Yeah,
Please, I would
very
love that.
soon.
Oh my God. But no, I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be really awesome, I think.
It's all Gaben, man.
Mm-hmm. Lord
Hmm.
Gaben,
Yeah,
praise be.
Lord Gaben.
Please don't fail us.
Hmm.
Please don't. I'm begging you.
I don't think you will, because they said this has been development for like 3+ years, Half-Life Alex. So, um, and they showed the different movement styles. So you can do teleportation, you can do a hybrid system, and then you can just walk around like this in VR chat, like same style. So
Good.
they have all that set up, and then there's a lot of like interesting mechanics. So you have like a gravity hand, or you can grab like grenades and whatever and stuff. Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
reminiscence of like Boneworks, but they made it make sense because you have like gravity hands or something, or like whatever.
Yeah.
Half-Life stuff. I don't know. But yeah, just look a lot of. Have you seen all the trailers for it? Like all the gameplay?
I've seen the out of the 3 trailers that are released, I only seen the first one. I got to watch that. It looked really
Oh,
cool.
okay.
I was in the middle of watching the other one, but I stopped for some reason. I don't remember why. I think something came up, but I need to go back and rewatch them again. But they look incredible. They look so good.
Hmm.
Oh my God, it looks so hype. I'm so excited. And the fact it's coming out this month, oh my god.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, it's time to buy your index, brother. I mean, for me at least. You already have index, but I need to buy it, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get
Let
it.
me get my
I'm gonna be
fingers.
like,
Oh,
I'm gonna be like, just refreshing like F5, F5. I'm like, oh, come on, let's go.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm telling you right now, my prediction is that on Monday, which is when it restocks, you can purchase again. I think it's gonna
Mhm.
sell out definitely by the end of the day, but I think a bigger prediction probably within the hour, maybe even less than that, because there's literally thousands of people that know now. Monday it's coming out 1 p.m. or Eastern Standard Time. That's what it's going to come up for me, and I don't have school that day, so
Mhm.
big nice. So I'm gonna be
Yeah.
sitting there
Though,
refreshing.
Steam is gonna crash. We're gonna have to wait for
Yeah,
it to, come back up, and then everybody's gonna be refreshing like crazy, and then servers are gonna go down again. So by the time, it's back up, then, the people that first load in, they'll be able to pre-order those. But I think they understand the success of the index, and they know how many people want it. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a bigger stock. So it's not gonna be sold out like instantly.
oh,
But
you might because somebody's in the chat says it might sell it in less than 30 minutes, but I think the stock is actually smaller. What I mean by that is because if you don't know, in the news, the coronavirus and a lot of the components are actually made in China. So
Mhm.
a lot of the components that make the Valve Index are well, they can't get them to the U.S. to actually manufacture the headset. Same with other VR headsets and other technology like phones and stuff. So there might be what do you call it, like backlogged. So I don't think there's going to be as many indexed because they can't make as many because they're missing parts. So it might sell it pretty quickly, and I'm hopefully, I get one. Otherwise, I have to wait.
Yeah.
How long does it take to ship to you, like from purchase to your house?
For me, oh my god, it like 2 days. I got
What?
the yeah, like legit. It took like 2 or 3 days. It was really fast. The very first controllers, they were having them on the order first. So I didn't get them instantly. But and like let's say when I got the actual like the kit, the whole kit and stuff, right? As well as the backup controllers, it like shipped out within like what 2 days, 2 3 days. I don't know. It came in really fast.
Oh, you're lucky then, because I think the people. Is anyone in the chat from your chat or mine? Is anyone here bought it in December? Because I think it took. How long did it take so someone who bought it in Christmas to get to your house? I think it's like 2 months or something, so it might take that long. So I'll still be able to play like Half-Life Alyx, but I probably have to use my Oculus for a while and before I get my index. So I don't think it's gonna take 2 days. I think it's gonna take like a month or two to get to my house. So I don't
Maybe,
know.
possibly. I hope not. Should be fairly fast, I
Mid-February.
think.
So yeah, like a month and a half. Um,
Gotcha.
they said the game is even approved for Quest. So they like,
I
are you
think it
telling
should be, yeah.
Half-Life Alyx is gonna work on the Quest? That's
It may not look as pretty, but I think it should be fairly optimized, I
true.
would think.
That's kind of nutty though that they would make the game actually run on a Quest. I didn't think it was gonna like go that far. y-
Yeah.
You know, because the Quest kind of just has like Beat Saber and a downgrade version of VR chat and like a couple other things, but Half-Life Alyx, I mean, damn, dude.
You'd be surprised to know that actually the new Walking Dead runs on a Quest too, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
Saints and Sinners, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, for a game like that, it doesn't necessarily have like overly hyper realistic art style or anything like that. But I mean, the fact that it's optimized so well, it's pretty good. It's probably would look like a potato, but I mean, I don't think a lot of Quest users will care really. They just want the experience. They don't really care too much
Yeah.
about, the graphical fidelity. They just want
Mhm.
to be able to enjoy VR, at their comfort. So the fact
Exactly.
that it comes out for Quest would be great.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. If that's true, then I'm all happy for him. Like I said, I don't have a Quest, I only have an Oculus Rift and getting an Index.
Hmm.
But if it works, if it looks half decent, then that's good, right? Because that just pushes more sales. That's more money, and I highly think that Valve is going to be like, bro, we just sold X amount of like headsets and X amount of copies of this game. All right, raking in the money. They're already rich from Steam store anyway, so obviously they got a
Yeah.
boatload of cash. Now they're just like, hey, let's experiment more. So maybe Valve would be the ones to make the next VR chat. There was like, because they obviously can see all these VR games and Beat Saber, Pavlov, and VR Chat. I think are the three top VR games. I could be wrong, but I think those are the three.
Hmm.
I think Pavlov gets like 1,000 or 2,000 players last time I checked, which is actually really good. VR Chat gets about 10,000 or so, and then Beat Saber gets like 3 or 4, I think, thousand. So, and it's all in the top 100 Steam games of all time. So obviously they're like, interesting. And obviously Boneworks 2 sold out a lot of copies, so that's another lot. So I do think that
Hmm.
Gaben, Lord and Savior Gaben, is looking at VR and be like, That's why they started developing for Half-Life Alyx, and I think they're gonna push it, not just their own titles, but they might push something else. You know, maybe they'll make like their own chill out VR, VR2 or something. You know,
Oh, that'd be cool. You
because it,
know, if they do that, they could just implement the workshop.
yeah, that's
They
what I was
get
just about to say.
avatars and worlds just like that. It's just a
Yeah,
bunch of different assets that people make, and oh my god, they would have everything there. They already
exactly.
have the user-generated stuff. They can
Yeah.
just import in from other games
That's
in there.
that's that's what I'm thinking because like Valve already has the workshop that's been around for many years and it's proven to works, right? You just click download, it goes into the game and boom. Obviously it would be a little bit better if it was like implemented in the game so I don't have to like well, I guess it would work like Garry's Mod, right? Or like Counter-Strike. If you don't have the map, it just
Yeah.
downloads it. You load into like the loading menu and it downloads it for you, just like VRChat, I guess, right? But like
Hmm.
so that would be huge. I don't know if Valve was going to do that, but I definitely do think that Gary Newman, the guy who made Garry's Mod, is definitely looking at Source 2 and probably like, hey, I could make that. I could do that. I could make Garry's Mod too, and it'd be Steam.
Yeah. Oh my god,
So,
that'd be great.
so I think maybe not this year per se for like all these big ideas, but I think the next couple years will be the revolution for VR games and AAA titles for VR, and maybe one day Garry's Mod 2, VR 2.0, whatever. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be great. I would love that. We'll see what happens. For now, waiting for the Alex release, and then
Yes.
go from there.
We're like the boomers. We're like the baby boomers of VR, man. We're gonna be like, back in my day, I played VR chat, man. You guys were playing Half-Life VR Hangout, man. Bro, we were anime waifus once a time, dude, in VR chat, dude. We were
Oh my
standing in
god,
front
yeah.
of mirrors.
back in
Dude,
back in my day, you never seen an avatar without an anime titty on.
back in my day, there's Uganda Knuckles, man. Like, bro, if you're right there for that, don't even talk to me, bro. I used to be a trusted user in VR chat. You know what that meant?
Oh my god.
That was such a high prestigious. you ever, you ever, you ever gone to the Void Club? Listen, I can tell you stories about the VR pimp. Listen, that I don't have time. All right, we're trying to. I don't know.
Tell worst stories.
War stories.
The crashing of 2020.
Listen, we played VR chat, and there's these kids. They would crash our servers. We were just trying to hang out, and then the great VR chat war happened, where the Nanachi started fighting
The great
the
VR chat meme war.
yeah, and the memers started fighting the Nanachis, and then the emo wolf boys they started spreading like a virus. It was called War of the Servers, and VR chat would start falling apart. And I was there. I remember being in the front lines.
I've seen some shit, man.
I've seen
I
some
was
shit,
there.
man. I've seen some things, man. I've seen people go from trusted to visitor rank. They got D ranked right in front of me. I never saw something
Ooh.
ever before in my life. My God. I saw these memers. They were crashing me with their particles, but you know what? I had 32 gigabytes of RAM. I bought that extra RAM that day, and I knew I couldn't crash. They couldn't crash me. I've seen it all.
That's fucking great. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And you're complaining about your frame drops, brother. I was playing with 5 FPS when I was getting my Oculus Rift, man. I don't even think you even know what an Oculus Rift is, dude. You're on your Oculus Rift XL, dude. Bro, get on my level, dude. I'll dust off my old headset, dude.
And then we'll just get the same response. Oh wait, no, we'll make boomers. What would they say? Okay, millennial? I don't know.
I'd be like, okay, VR chat. Okay, VR chat boomer.
Okay, VR chatter.
Okay, VR chatter. I'd be like, shut up, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, that was a nice bit. That was all in my brain.
I like that. I enjoyed that.
Anyway, I think we'll start taking questions in the chat and then wrap it up. So if anybody has any
hmm
questions for Thamriyell or I, say it in his chat or my chat, and we'll answer them.
Go ask questions, Yell. Also, massive thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. It's so hard for me. Like, I'm so like instinctually used to like reading off the alerts and stuff. But like
Yeah,
here, I
yeah.
was like, okay, be polite, don't be disruptive, just focus on the interview.
How does Tham get his avatar? You got it from well, your newest one's from Gideon, but I don't know how you get your other
Then
ones.
yeah, the new one is a base from Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
The entire concept came from a race in Final Fantasy, the Mikoti.
Okay.
That's basically what I customized it after. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I thought
hmm
biker chicks look cool.
Biker tricks are pretty cool, not gonna lie. But imagine biker cat girls.
True.
Hey,
True.
hey.
How did it feel to receive partner under a year? We kind of talked about that, but I guess you can reiterate for a bit. I mean,
Crazy, unbelievable. I wasn't prepared for it. Still not prepared for it. But looking forward to the fun things ahead. That's
mm.
basically it.
How will VR impact on marketing? Um,
Hmm.
I mean, we kind of talked about like Half-Life Alyx being like the cornerstone for like more AAA titles. I think VR is still very niche because right now, I mean, there's not so many titles. Obviously, post Half-Life Alyx, there's still going to be a lot of people that have headsets. So I think it'll slowly, build up over time that people will start
hmm
buying headsets. But obviously, the biggest drawback of VR right now is that you need a really good computer and you need a headset. And ain't nobody going to spend $2,000 be like, oh man, I can move my arms. You know what I mean? Obviously, I do know that there are like the Oculus Quest where it's a standalone headset, you don't need a computer.
hmm
But it has to compete with the console wars, right? It has to compete with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox X. Like those
hmm
consoles are what, 300, $400 or whatever it is, and then you buy your game and you boot it up and there you go, right? You have to appeal to the millennials. It's appeal to like the casual gamers, right? Nobody's going to be like, I'm going to buy this super expensive headset and then plug all these things in and all these wires and spend $2,000 on a computer and finally be like, yes, I can finally enjoy my video games. Like the average person isn't about that life.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
why they made the Quest to be like, okay,
yeah.
put it on, here you go.
The only thing really we can see with VR is if companies like Sony, since they have their own VR headset,
Yeah.
start making products and games that makes consumers like not want to miss out on the experience, right? Because I mean, if you really look at it, the reason the consoles grew in the first place is because like it was marketed as like, oh, this new big thing, don't miss it out, and your friends getting it, and you think, oh, I want to get it too, I don't want to miss out on the hype and play with my friends and stuff like that, or play with other communities that I know, and then it grows from there. And then the idea of having an immersive experience that everybody's part of, and you want to be part of them with it. If there is something like that on PC or PS4, I think people will have no problem investing money into VR as long as the experience is like so good that you don't want to miss out on it.
hmm The person says he wasn't talking about games, talking about like cars and food. Okay. How do you think about
Oh,
VR and like related to cars and food and like non like gaming stuff? I don't know. Well, I mean, okay, VR has been a thing for a lot longer than like 4 or 5 years. It's been around for like 20 years, but it's always been like super high tech, like for like therapy and like I think I remember watching videos like 15 years ago where it was like these are like $1 million projects where it was talking about like military simulation where like it would show like a simulation where guys like in VR but like he's driving a Humvee and then like it blows up and then he has to like
yeah.
save his buddy or something to deal with like PTSD and stuff. There's like VR for
hmm
that stuff where it's like treatment for like people who suffer PTSD and all this other stuff. Um,
hmm
but that's again like very niche, and those are like big mega corporations that are like targeting very select few people. But if you're talking about like the bigger picture, like the average person is like, I'm gonna buy VR to, I don't know, like watch movies or something, or like drive cars or something. I don't know. Like I just don't think that's the the consumer right now. Most people who are buying VR are probably gamers, I think, and maybe like some
Yeah.
tech people who are like, "Oh, I got my new VR system, guys," or whatever.
Yeah. I don't
So
think VR is gonna go like the reason VR is gonna grow is because it's an entertainment item. It's
yeah,
not gonna grow because like, oh, look at these like unique things you can do. There's definitely a market for it. It's not gonna be as big. I think the biggest growth is gonna be a cool new game. Get it and play it in VR. These cool new experiences. Play it with your friends. That's probably how it's gonna grow the most out of all of them.
some German cars companies you can build your own car in VR and check it out how it kind of will look in real life.
I think there's definitely a market for that. Like people like to make, models, that will appeal to them. They won't have to spend, money on car parts or anything. They can just actually build, vehicles or, like simulator games, experience them in VR.
Yeah.
Some people love that stuff. Like computer builder simulator. I forgot the name of it, but basically you can run your own like little business to like build computers. You can repair them, replace them. If they put that in VR, I think a lot of people will gladly buy that just for the experience of like being able to interact with all the parts hands on instead of through clicking with a mouse the whole time. I think people would love that. I would love that. I would gladly get that because that'd be so fun. Computers like big boy Legos, and I'd love to play with them.
Mm. What if this may sound like a crazy idea, but what if like you have VR, but like when you watch a movie, it's interactive. Like yeah, you put your headset on and you could like choose your own adventure, but you're like watching from like the person's like eyes. But you're not like controlling him. You're just sort of like uh-oh, what do you do? Do I get in the car or do I run into the forest? It's like uh-oh. That might be a cool
Ooh, like a
idea.
visual novel style.
Yeah.
That would be cool as well. I think there definitely would be a market for that. I mean, if you look at any gaming genre, you can adapt all of it into VR fairly well through not even a huge, utilization of like, mechanics. If it's like a visual novel, just, have VR headset on and controller to select your decision A or B and
Yeah.
just kind of go through that. Enjoy the story. There are some visual novels right now out for VR. Very
Oh
few,
yeah.
but I'd like to see more.
Do they
Because you
have
could like look around the whole environment and stuff. Do you
do
know
they
what I mean?
have anime women?
Yes, a lot of them.
Hell yeah. That's how you appeal
Hmm.
to the gamers.
Hell yeah.
The weebs are like, oh man. Oh, actually, I think I
Hmm.
know one of them you're talking about. Is there? There's one of them where I think like you're placed in this like girl's bedroom or something, and like it's all VR. So like I don't know, you like eat ice cream together or something. I don't know. I think that's the one
I
you're
don't know
talking
about
about.
that one.
Oh well, I mean, hey, it gets a little spicy. I think it's
um,
my VR girlfriend or something. I don't remember, something like that.
something like that. Yeah, I think so. I know there's one with Have you ever seen Bakemonogatari, like the Monogatari series?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm assuming no. Okay. Do you know of like a little vampire girl named Shinobu? Like you've
Uh,
probably seen avatars of her.
Probably have seen avatars of it. Yeah.
Well, anyway, there's like a literally an interactive game, like an indie game where you can interact, with her, actually give her headbats. It's kind of like Spice and Wolf, that
Okay.
game, except on a little bit more interactive level of like, more than just headbats. Like you can give her stuff and her AI actually like grabs stuff and like plays with it or, puts a hat on and stuff. It's kind of cool. I think it would be pretty neat to see these sort of like
Whoa.
non-actiony, I guess, experiences
I
because I
got
mean,
I
they
got
definitely
it.
could appeal to some of the
I got
market.
it. The next game. Remember DS games? Remember Nintendo Pets? VR Nintendo Pets.
Oh,
I got it.
yes. Oh my God, dude, people would love
Virtual
that.
dog. And then if you don't like it's like on real time. So like if you don't feed the dog every day, the dog goes hungry and you're like, "Uh-oh." You put on the headset, you're like, "No!"
Oh no. Oh
Right in the
no. Oh, that'd
feelings.
be so
And
awful.
then if you don't clean the dog's a little dirty and it's got like mites and you're like, "Uh-oh."
Oh God.
That was
One day you get
Nintendo
on like
Pets.
after a week's trip, after like a weekend trip, you get on VR, you see Fido sleeping. It's like, oh, Fido's not sleeping. Jesus. Fuck, that'd be horrible.
No.
I think a lot of people would enjoy that kind of experience, though. Not the dog dying experience, but like
And you breed
an
them.
interactive experience.
Create
Yeah,
your
yeah, like
own
be able to interact with
breeds.
like a virtual dog and stuff. I mean,
Virtual
there's
cat.
that, or you could buy a real dog, but some people have allergies, so
Yeah,
You may not have the
exactly.
best experience with it.
And let's say the dog can't die, it just starts whining. You're like, oh, I messed up.
Yeah.
You the god
I think it'd be
the
awful if it
pets
died.
have the pets have God mode enabled,
Exactly.
and then you get deal. And then here's the next step. This way, make the money maker. DLC. You start selling dog packs. You're like, you want a Dalmatian? Hey, $5, buddy. You want a poodle? Hey, that's
Jesus.
$5, dude. Microtransactions, and then you breed
Oh
them,
my
and then you
god.
start making the purebreds, and then you trade them. You trade dogs, and then you market. Yes.
This is turning to Pokemon.
Yeah, it's
Then you make them battle to the death.
no. You take him to the dog show. What do you mean? You're like, my dog is groomed to perfection. I feed him every day.
That'd be great.
And then here, next step. Next step. I'm not done yet. And then if you do really well, they'll make a package deal, so you get like sponsorships from like Pedigree, and like you get like free dog food and stuff. If you win like a beauty patch in the VR Nintendo Pets.
Dude, Pedigree would
Next.
jump on that immediately. They're
Oh
like,
yeah.
hey, ad placement, easy. Easy.
Exactly.
We'll give you 300,000 from the start.
Hell yeah.
We'll fund your project.
Dude, I
Just
shouldn't
put
have
our
said
marketing in
anything,
there.
dude. Someone's gonna steal this idea, dude. It's gonna be VR Nintendo Pets now, dude. It's gonna have
hmm
microtransactions. Um, it's gonna have like breeding. It's gonna have like pet battles, but instead of pet battles, it's just grooming and like, oh, like my dog can like jump over this 5 foot fence. Your dog can't. My dog's better because I trained and bred him every day, and I feed him special kibble that costs $9.99, buddy, and I have to use my credit card.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. That'd be pay to win. What the fuck?
What do you mean? I'm winning.
Oh, my God. I'm winning. That's all that matters.
I'm win. My Nintendo pets are better than yours. And then my next idea, cats. Then you have the cats game, and you just take over all the cats, and then you have different cats and whatever, and you and then and then when I get really bored, then you start going into weird territory. You get like zoo animals, and then when
Pet Rock in VR.
oh man, and then the next idea that Pokemon. Bring back Digimon.
Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine if you had a VR Pokemon game where you literally just
That would
like
be pretty cool.
train your Pokemons, and then you like battle other Pokemon. Like, imagine like it was like related to like Pokemon Go. So you actually had to go outside and like run around and find them, and then you put
hmm
them into VR, and then you train them, and like you like take them to a gym, and then you're like, come on, Squirtle, and, like, doo-doo-doo. And then like then you battle other people, and then you steal their. I mean, win.
Steal them.
Me Team Rocket.
Ah, okay. You could join Team Rocket to steal other people's Pokemon.
Yeah. And then
No,
yeah.
that'd be great. See, like these sort of experiences need to be adapted in VR because I would love to see the reactions people have in it. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be
And then when you're
incredible.
Pokemon battling, you'd be like, I just crit strike, you idiot.
Yeah. Nothing's more satisfying than dabbing on somebody when you kick their ass in Pokemon VR.
Yeah, you get full body, you're just
We
like,
need that
just like
experience. I
kicking them,
need
dude.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if they had play
Yeah.
space move, you
Jesus.
just start climbing towards them. You're like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, kick your ass.
Oh god, that'd be fucking fantastic.
You
Jesus.
ever played Yu-Gi-Oh VR?
I've never played Yu-Gi VR now.
Oh man, I never played it, but my one of my friends who I've interviewed on here, you can literally walk up to the other player like this and like look at their
hmm
cards and be like, "Fuck you," and just steal their cards from their hand. I don't know if they
That's
patched
fucking
that.
great.
I don't know if they patched that or not, but I remember some old videos. Some guy like walked across. And I was like, "Fuck you," I hate you. Just like for his cards. It was the best thing ever. And, or like
That's fucking
he
great.
summoned like Blue Eyes White Dragon like first turn. He's like, you can't do. He's like, fuck the rules. So he just like,
Oh god, that's fucking amazing. I gotta look that up.
yeah. My friend plays it. He streams it all the time. Yu-Gi-Oh VR. It's fun. He just be like, screw the rules and just start doing whatever you want. because the game doesn't know how to like stop you, so you just like, I'm gonna summon all these cards. You're like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Just dab on them. You can't do anything, dude.
I summoned the blue eyes. Oh, fuck you.
Exactly. I played Pot of Greed 3 times. I pick up 6 guys. You can't do that. But I'm rich.
Oh, I seen that one video. I seen the pot of greed video. That was fucking great.
Oh, you did see one of them. Okay.
One of them, yeah. It's like, I summoned pot of greed, and then he takes it away, and then summons it again. And the other guy's like, in some sort of way, saying, hey, you can't do that. Fuck you, because I summoned a pot of greed.
Oh man, I haven't laughed this hard in a long time. But you know what? That's the fun of VR, man. You don't have to take everything serious. You can just goof off. Like I think that's the fun part of most VR games. If like, you know, if you had a VR Pokemon game or something, like you just like obviously you'd be serious sometimes, but half the time you just be like, water gun. Just like he has like his Pokemon on his belt. He's like, yoink, my Pokemon now. That's my Squirtle now. You're just like, what the hell, man?
Exactly. That'd be fucking great. No, that'd be awesome. VR is a very silly place, and I love to see what goes from here.
Yeah. I think we might take one more question and then wrap it up. Does anyone have any last minute questions? God, what an interview, huh?
I've had a blast.
Me too.
The Pokemon worlds in VRC, they are.
Yeah, they
Oh my
are.
God. Yeah, now we just need to have like interactable Pokemon so you can give them headbats and stuff.
Okay. I already told you this actually already happened in VR chat. So about 2 years ago, when I was a part of Team 5, we had Pokemon battles, but it wasn't like actual. So what we did was we had people play as Pokemon. So I forget whose team I was on, but they summoned me. I summoned Kenny K. Cone. I was like, "What's up, brother?" And then I pull out my gun. I was like, "Boom, boom!" They're just shoot the other Pokemon, and they're like, "Holy shit, super effective!" Just pulled out a Glock and just start blasting.
Jesus,
Yeah,
that's fucking great.
that was good. And then like everybody just would make up random abilities. They'd just be like self-destruct, and he just like tosses a grenade and just jumps on and goes, just like blows up or some stupid shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was good.
It's fucking amazing.
That's VR chat, man. You don't need Pokemon VR. Just play VR chat and just make up your own Pokemon.
Oh, random question. I'm not sure if you want to count as the final one or not, but someone asked, who you think has the hotter model? Oh, for me, clearly Rebel.
No, it's clearly Thamriyell.
Slash that one Rebel.
No, it's clearly Thamriyell. No, it's you. No, it's both of us. We both win.
Hey. Well, thank you.
All right, it's almost 8 o'clock. I think we'll just wrap it up here, unfortunately.
Sounds good.
So what I'll do is I'll put the camera on you, and then if you want to say anything, sell out or, advertise any. I mean, technically it kind of is. I don't know. I always allow people like tell them about like their social medias, whatever's going on, any projects, any upcoming events, anything you want to tell people. This is your chance.
If you want to find me, I'm over on YouTube at Thamriyell VR, Thamriyell on Twitter, and Thamriyell VR on Twitch. I have nothing significant. Oh yeah, I do have one thing. Third Dakimakura in progress. Hey, gonna be out soon. And then emotes. But yeah, third Dakimakura coming out very soon.
Oh, you mean body pillows? Oh yeah, I know what that means.
Yeah.
Hell
third
yeah.
one.
Third
Can
one.
you imagine? Yeah,
dude.
I got contacted by the companies. They're like, "We missed you, Thamriyell." I'm like, "Oh, I missed you too."
I don't even have
Let's
one.
make beautiful things together.
Damn.
They're very comfy. One day, Rebel body pillow.
When I move out, because I have to explain it, like my mom would be like, "Why do you have this like really thick like lewd pillow? Like, what's going on here, dude?" I'm like, So I think I'm waiting for
art.
It's art, Mom.
It's art on a pillow.
Yeah. It helps me sleep at night. It's like, why is there drool over it? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, drool. We'll go with that.
Yes. Anyway, again, thank you so much for stopping by, Thamriyell. I really do appreciate it for this interview, coming back. We had a blast. I'm pretty sure most people enjoyed the interview as well. Again, I'm your host, That One Rebel, and this is my talk show, Late Night with Rebel. And for those who don't know, I've done over 100 interviews. I've planning on making a new world, so I already paid the person Legends.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm getting a whole new talk show world. So if you think this is cool and what I do, you haven't seen nothing yet. Like in about a month or two, it's gonna be, I would say, 10 out of 10 best world in VR chat because it's made professionally in Blender 2.8,
Nice.
Super Atlas and everything. So be very nice. But yeah, that's pretty much
Sweet.
it.
Looking forward to it.
Anything you wanna, I don't know, ask me or say anything before we part ways?
Give follow to twitch.tv/that1rebel. Hey.
Hey, my followers are off though.
Still give them follow anyway.
True. Yeah, they'll be back
Tell them in
on.
chat you give follow.
I mean, technically I can read them. It's just, yeah, I had to disable them temporarily, but I think we're good now. It's unfortunate, you know. Did you get hit by a follower
Yeah.
bot at some point?
I don't know, but I've been having my follows off
Oh, okay.
permanently for about a week and a half, I think.
Oh, okay.
I just don't
Yeah,
mind.
yeah,
If
yeah,
people
yeah.
want to come in and say, "Hey, I'm a follower," I'll be like, "Hi, welcome."
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Mhm.
saying. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Anyway, like again, thank you so much for the interview and everything, and we'll take a picture.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course, let's take that picture. So,
Heck yeah.
I have to stand up here, but also, turn
There we
off
go.
that. Boom.
Let me do
Yeah.
the same thing as well.
Oh.
Here you go.
Yeah, you want to know a pro tip? Disable your camera and then re-enable it, and then I can see it. Oh. There.
Nice.
Wow. I can see it now.
There you
Wow.
go.
I learned that.
Nice.
Yeah, because you can't see cameras
There
if
we
you
go.
already have them enabled before. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Oh, peace. And we'll take one more. Always take two.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Nice.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Of course. Thank you so much. Oh, my leg.
Oh, like, no.
Oh, oh no. Oh no, no, no,
God,
no,
I'm
no,
slipping
no,
glass.
no, no, no.
My ankles.
There we go. Takes a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, I
Alright,
appreciate
I'm gonna
it.
get going then.
All right.
See you
Thank
later.
you.
Thanks so much for having me on here.
Of course.
Really appreciate it. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, no. No, come back.
Okay, okay.
Oh, hug.
Okay, okay. I just didn't know if it would be rude or not to ask for